Hi, I'm Sally Zwanzig, and I'm going to talk to you about the Morton Pottery Company. And here's an aerial view of it along the railroad tracks, Jefferson Street. Here's a picture of 6 or 7 of the brothers with their Buicks. They were so Buicks were a thing. The ones that didn't have Buicks weren't in the picture. So this is on Jefferson Street. And that they were in business from 1922 to 1969. And got the arrow. There's also a picture here. Sorry, here. Excuse me. I'm going to go around a little bit. This is Nathan Rapp. He was the most artistic of the brothers. Here he is. There was an article about this Spanish treasure ship that he made a mold of and glazed. It doesn't say what the purpose of it was, but this is just an example of right here of what he could do. Here he is older, working in his mold shop. He designed and made the molds for all the pottery pieces. And also, Nathan was a musician. He played 6 different instruments. And there's a picture of him here. He said, if bottles produce musical tones, bowls can too. So he set up Morton pottery bowls, put water in them. With a xylophone stick, he played tunes on the bowls. And here he is performing for some groups.
That would have been so fun.
Yeah, very cool. So that is Nathan. And I want to go on. This is a jug from, it says 1941 County Fair Powwow Award and Troop. So this is from the collection of Don Rapp. He lives in Florida, Tallahassee. He's 95 years old. And he is a very talented person. He did work with Nathan in the mold shop a summer between school, college, and he has a lot of memories. He's a great source of information. He is has his doctorate in child development, worked at the, or taught as a professor at Florida State University, and he is a juggler. He juggled for Mr. Rogers on his show. And he was on Barbara Walters' show, juggling. And he studied the brain of children developing, and he did camps in New York teaching children to juggle, helping them with brain development, whatever. And he taught my grandchildren to juggle about 5 years ago. It's really fun. So anyway, he's an active guy, and he's a lot of fun to visit with. So this was something he sent me from his collection. I also have one of my most prized possessions, this hat pin that Doris and Veridal gave me years and years ago at one of our visits. And this probably was made for the ladies that had a sewing club, something. They would make certain things that unique for different members of the family. So now I want to move on to some of the pieces here that most of the pieces aren't marked. If you have a Morton Pottery book, you'll see some of the markings that they show that they did put on some. So I'll show you a few, and you can come up after this is all over, after we do both sessions. Here is the M with the hands on the side. They did that on on this basket weave is the only one I know. There's different sizes and pieces of this. So that would have been done in the 60s. They also have an inventory number, which you wouldn't know it's Morton, but 3651, that's, I did write it down so I would get it correct. It is the hexagon eagle tray. So there is a list, there's an inventory list that is available to check that out. And also the celery is a celery spoon holder. It has 3730 on it. So that's, I don't know of other potteries that did that. So that's a clue that it would be Morton. So I brought a few of the 60s pieces, the modern pieces. Also, this is a handprint. I don't know of any of you that went to Jefferson School, had Mrs. Doris Morton for first grade. She got these this globs of clay, and we put our hands on it. It was for Mother's Day, to Mom on Mother's Day. So then she had them fired, and we took them home to our moms for Mother's Day. So that's really special. I meet a lot of people that said, oh yeah, I went to the Morton Pottery as a field trip when I was in school. Now, I didn't do that. Did you, Joan? Because I don't know when they started that, but they didn't. You didn't either.
I don't, yeah. I mean,
Yeah, it wasn't
a,
it wasn't a field trip when I was, oh yeah, who had a field trip? You guys did.
You're younger than me.
yeah.
Well, yeah, did they cut it off when I came?
You were
But Joan's younger than me.
He probably did. He just doesn't remember.
Yeah. So yeah, we hung out here.
Sally said Jeff did at Groveland Grade School.
Yeah, the Groveland girls.
And we came all the way from Eureka Grade School
Okay.
back. I was born in 51, so I'm thinking we probably did our field trip in about 61, 62.
Cool.
And the old building was still here. We were able to go through that.
Oh yeah. Anybody else? Field trip here? Yeah, you girls did. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know where they took you, but when I was here at the Pottery with my dad, Mom needed a place to put me. We'd go down, I'd follow him around. It was hot, dusty down the basement. Just, and the showroom was my favorite place where I get to go by myself and look around. Here is my Grandpa Henry in the showroom. There was nothing fancy whatsoever, just things on boards. And yeah, not decorated or anything. Yeah, I'm gonna give you that.
That would have been cool to see though.
So I would, oh, it's fun to hang out there. I would always put a little animal, bring it home, and I think. So there's tons of those. I just picked those two. And on here it shows that room again. This is my dad, Henry Jr., Henry Sr. and Henry Jr., showing just some sets that they made up for sale. This Heritage Eagle group was part of that set. And here are the ladies. Aunt Sally, I think that's, yeah, Aunt Sally and Nathalia Fletter working in the office way back then. Here are the, where the schlip's poured into the molds, goes into the kilns, and then, well, here's all the pieces that they put on racks and would be glazed and go in again. This here is an interesting picture. It's the Morton Pot. There's a Morton Pottery teapot there. It's in the cornerstone box at the Jefferson School in 1928. So if that ever gets opened, We have a Morton Pottery teapot at the Jefferson School. Okay, and this is just an ad in the paper for the gift shop. They added flowers, plastic flowers, different things as things went on to go into their vases. And there was an ad in the newspaper. They started doing tours too for ladies, women's clubs. They offered lunch and some, to get more involvement. And I have pictures at home of the leathers and the things that my mom was in charge of doing those tours and getting ladies involved in coming to see the pottery. This here is, the main thing is the more tile picture. It's the brochure. They did a lot of tile. Kind of forgotten about that because we're into all these pieces. But I do have tile at home. This is a picture. This is a model, I guess you'd say, of my grandma's kitchen. Henry and Anna Raff's kitchen. 200 East Adams. Well, that's where I live now. This is where I grew up. And it isn't blue and pink. It's pink and gray. It's a little bit better. So we kept this kitchen for a long time. Finally, Mom and Dad remodeled before Dave and I moved in, which was nice that it was remodeled for before we did came along. This is Davy Crockett. They called it 3-year-old Davy Crockett. They also have him on a lamp, and they have an adult Davy Crockett on a lamp. Those are real popular. That would have been in the 60s. That would have been a cool guy thing to have. Let's see what I have. Okay, so I kind of skipped around. I didn't give you the one. This is a Vincent Price mark on this. So this has all kinds of pieces, serving pieces. My mom served a lot of cheese soup in this, dinner parties, and made it for the Sears and Roebuck Company. Sold it for Vincent.
The National Treasures.
Yeah.
The National Treasures.
National Treasures. And this
That's
here,
beautiful.
I brought, just because Aunt Emma, she was an artist and did a lot of the painting. So this is just an example of what she would have done. These were little, we had chip dip and nuts and stuff in that. Yeah, that's a really pretty one. She did all kinds of pieces of pottery. And some Christmas things. Here's one of their Christmas programs for the Morton Pottery. And they gave out awards. You had pins for how many years you worked there. And some Christmas pieces that you have just, there's quite a few more Christmas pieces, but here's a few that I brought. Just some fun little nut cups. A little Christmas tree. And I think I covered everything here. This is a CD. Do you want to say more about it, Mary?
Jody.
Jody, you can get from the library, possibly?
Yeah, those, we can get copies available for you.
DVD.
Here at the library. So if
Yeah,
anyone's
DVD.
interested
Did
in
I
having
say
a copy
CD?
of that,
DVD.
you can email me. There's an email, a contact on the handout. And we can get you a copy of that if you're interested.
What is it in
A presentation by Burdell, and Doris, yeah.
It's about Morton Pottery?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.